Get ready for the morning rush.
A quick wrap of your news and weather. We start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. We'll begin with our next big weather maker, a storm sitting to the south and west of us, but still close enough to bring in some moisture over the southern half of the state. We'll be watching for a few of these spot showers to fire up over the Boot Heel around noontime and continuing through the rest of today, but coverage still pretty limited with today's activity expected to increase as the days go on. Sarah?
Back in court this morning, two former Albuquerque police officers. Their murder trial continues into its second week today. On Friday, the jury heard from one of the first officers who encountered homeless camper James Boyd in the foothills the day he was shot. That officer testified he considered shooting Boyd, but didn't for fear of media scrutiny. Former APD officers Keith Sandy and Dominique Perez did shoot Boyd hours later and are facing second-degree murder charges. That trial could last into October. Adam?
All right, let's turn to some breaking news right now out of Houston. This is a live look there. Local media is reporting that a shooter has been taken down by Houston police. This as preliminary reports say that at least 7 people have been injured. A shelter in place was ordered shortly after HPD confirmed that the alleged shooter was shot by one of its officers. The condition of that person, the suspected shooter, is unknown right now. The bomb squad was also called to the scene after a suspicious vehicle was found nearby. As you can see, still active there. We're going to continue to update this story all morning long on air and on the KRQE News app.
On to this morning, APD is searching for 2 suspects connected to the shooting death of an Albuquerque man back in June. Investigators say the man who shot the victim was Dakota Cook. He remains locked up this morning. APD is looking for his alleged accomplices. That does include 40-year-old Antoinette Martinez and 27-year-old Joe Newsom. Both are considered armed and dangerous. You're asked to call police if you see either of them. Also new this morning, a new study in Colorado of older teens finds many of them do not get enough exercise. However, researchers found students attending a 4-year college and living on campus were more likely to meet the recommended 60 minutes of exercise daily and continue that habit into adulthood.
New at 6, 2 former Wells Fargo workers are suing the bank for more than $2 billion. They say they, along with thousands of other employees, were fired or demoted because they didn't meet impossible sales quotas. Earlier this month, regulators fined Wells Fargo $185 million because workers opened millions of fake accounts to meet those sales goals. The class action lawsuit says Wells Fargo encouraged workers to cheat customers so the CEO could drive up the company's stock price.
Members of the Rio Rancho community came out in full force this weekend. Full support, that is, after a man was convicted of killing a Rio Rancho police officer. The second annual First Responder Appreciation Day kicked off yesterday. The spouses of Rio Rancho Fire and police made sure not only their husbands or wives felt the love and support, but their fellow spouses as well. All of the proceeds of this event were donated to the 1082 organization.
Today's Metro Threat Index pretty low, only at a 2. If we see anything here in the Metro today, it's just going to be a little bit of light rain. Breezy to windy conditions, though, continue this afternoon with sustained speeds of about 10 to 20. This will continue through the afternoon and evening at that. I do expect that threat index to climb as we get closer to midweek and even later this week. Crystal?
To developing overnight news, another night of protests in Charlotte over the police shooting death of Keith Scott. Demonstrations remain largely peaceful this time. This as the mayor lifted the midnight to 6 a.m. curfew last night. However, the state of emergency remains in effect. Over the weekend, police released video of that fatal encounter, claiming Scott did in fact have a gun. The family still disputing that. That moves us on to this story. Although police in Charlotte did release some of the dash cam and body cam video of the fatal shooting, it will probably be the last time it will happen. A new law in North Carolina will go into effect on October 1st. It states police videos are no longer public records. It will force people to get a court order before video can be released to the public. North Carolina's governor signed it into law, saying it protects the privacy of the individuals recorded, their families, and of the officers.
All right, let's get a look at the traffic situation this morning. It's about 7 minutes before the hour, and as you get ready to head out the door, things are looking really good. We have mostly green across the metro this morning. Maybe a little slow going Paseo del Norte in and out of I-25. No major developments, but if anything does come up, you'll hear it right here on KRQE this morning.
On to new news this morning. Uber drivers across the country and right here in New Mexico will now be periodically prompted to take a selfie before going online. It's called real-time ID checking, a new security feature. Uber says the ID check helps to protect both drivers and passengers. It will prevent fraud and help drivers account from being compromised. And the new security prompt will protect passengers by ensuring the right person is behind the wheel. Pretty cool, huh?
Golfing great Arnold Palmer died Sunday in Pittsburgh. Known as the King, Palmer was among the most important figures in golf history, winning 7 major championships and 62 PGA Tour wins. Palmer was 87 this morning. The tributes continue for him today, and he will be missed. Also, baseball player Jose Fernandez of the Miami Marlins was killed, along with 2 other people early Sunday when their 32-foot boat slammed into a jetty off Miami Beach. Police say speed was a factor in that crash. It's unclear if alcohol or drugs played a role. Fernandez was just 24 years old.
All right, time now for the 5 facts you need to know.
We start at number 5. The best landmark is right here in New Mexico. We don't have to tell you this, right? But according to Yelp review data, White Sands National Monument is the top-rated landmark with the highest average 5-star rating. Coming in at number 2, Arlington National Cemetery.
Number 4 this morning, organizers of this year's Balloon Fiesta are encouraging people to carpool or use the park-and-ride for this year's event as they work to address a potential parking problem. This year, there are 5 lots, down from 7. That's due to new housing and commercial developments in the area built on those vacant lots. The parking issues also caused parking prices to go up from $10 to $15.
At number 3, still looking at a cold start this morning. 30s, 40s, and 50s stretched over the state. Later today, we'll get back to the 70s. Good amount of cloud cover that is overhead. Breezy to windy, and even a few spot showers likely out over southern New Mexico.
On to number 2 now. Just weeks after the shooting death of Hatch police officer Jose Chavez, the man accused of killing him is preparing to face a judge today. Jesse Haynes set to be arraigned in Las Cruces on a number of charges, including first-degree murder. Investigators say Haynes and his passenger James Nelson were on the run, suspected of a murder in Ohio when Chavez pulled them over last month.
And number 1 this morning, it's estimated more than 100 million people are planning to tune in for the first presidential debate of the campaign season tonight. Viewership could even outdo the Super Bowl. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton spent the weekend warming up for their face-off at Hofstra University in New York. The focus tonight is set to include topics like national security, economic growth, and the country's direction. A new poll puts those 2 candidates in a dead heat heading into tonight, including in some key battleground states.
All right, we have a lot more coming up on KRQE this morning. A new segment called Hug a Horse. You may have seen it. It's pretty neat. We're going to tell you how you can help out with the local organization here that likes to help out horses.
Always fun.
All those details and much more in just a few minutes. We'll see you on the other side.